da 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 Greetings one and all, I'm Red Angel, and welcome to another episode of I Love It Anyway, a series where I talk about the media I love that is inherently flawed, but I enjoy it despite this fact. Today we are talking about Jurassic World Evolution. I've been a massive fan of Jurassic Park since I was a kid. While I was never an obsessive collector that had all the toys, games, and other merchandise, they do hold a special place in my heart. Between the Jurassic Park arcade game that terrified me at Chuck E. Cheese's, Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis that I used to play with friends, and finally, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, a park building game that myself and a friend of mine became obsessed with. This is not Operation Genesis. Welcome to Jurassic World Evolution. Since no one in the Jurassic World universe learns from the mass slaughter and lawsuits, the story is as follows. You're going to be rebuilding the Jurassic World business with the help of several familiar faces, as well as some new ones, trying to help you build the best park you can. Isla Nublar is your starting location, and as you increase your park's rating, you'll be able to settle on the Muertes Archipelago, unlocking more dinosaurs along the way. It's hardly a new concept for the series to build parks, but the multiple other islands you can travel to and the challenges you face at each makes for a unique and at times challenging experience. There are DLC packs that add on extra story bits, but unless there is a demand for it, I'll only be talking about the base game here. I give massive kudos to the developers and publisher, Dominion, for their attention to detail in regards to the dinosaurs. While not every model is 100% movie accurate, they did consult actual paleontologist Jeff Horner while in production, and it shows. The dinosaurs move how you'd expect them to. They interact and sometimes even kill each other if you're not paying attention. They also managed to bag Bryce Dallas Howard, B.D. Wong, and Jeff Goldblum to reprise their roles from the films, and later, in the DLC packs, we get Laura Dern and Sam Neill back to reprise their roles as Dr. Ellie Sattler and Neil Grant. At the very least, I can say that they are dedicated to the craft of trying to make this as authentic to the films as possible, with the same amount of foresight as those trying to build a park in said films. What do I mean by that? Well, the park building aspects of JP Evolution are a hit or a miss for most, and I'm no exception to that. But while I'm talking emphatically about the game's merits, I'll also be discussing the unfortunate downfalls of it. Starting with the big one, the amount of DLC for this title is ridiculous. And while I'd love to have as many dinosaurs in my game as possible, I'm less willing to purchase them with physical money rather than digging them up in the game. It's wildly manipulative to those consumers who just want more dinosaurs rather than them patching them in free updates. Which I know they did for some dinosaurs, but on launch it only had 40 species total. And now there are around 68 dinosaurs, and that includes the DLC ones. This isn't limited to the dinosaurs that appeared in the films. The only reason the Majingasaurus is in the game is that on the Jurassic World website, it's one of the many dinosaurs used to create the hybrid dinosaur, the Indominus Rex. There are over 700 types of dinosaurs out there, and countless more depending on which paleontologist you ask. It'd be nice if there were more free updates with more dinosaurs, with some of the more popular or unusual ones optional DLC, like the hybrids. I suppose that's a pipe dream in this modern paywall-guarded market, isn't it? Ah well, a dino lover can dream, can't she? I will say, while I've seen many people criticize the sort of mini-quests we get from each division of the park staff, entertainment, science, and security, I find that their tasks can help make or break the monotony that tends to arise from park simulator games. It's a way to challenge your skills as a park owner, or dramatically fail depending on how you do on the job itself. If you neglect one of these divisions, they'll make it a point to throw passive-aggressive comments at you when you do one of their quests. I neglected entertainment and was constantly met with frustration that I didn't build a new monolith to capitalism in the name of overpriced hamburgers and merchandise. Though I do tend to name my restaurants the Carrion Pit, so maybe that's why nobody is buying food from there. Can't imagine why. I take issue with the fact that if you don't completely grovel at the hands of some of these departments, you'll end up getting sabotaged. It's frustrating because it's not like you can stop the people from doing it by firing them or letting your dinosaurs eat them. You're stuck with cleaning up their messes. Doing as many of these quests as you can certainly doesn't hurt your bottom line, and it helps to obtain resources to further your park's star rating. If anything, the NPCs constantly chiming in as you're trying to enjoy the game does get a little asinine after a while. I find that enjoying this game in small doses, similarly to Little Dragon's Cafe, is a way to avoid frustration. The difference is that park simulators tend to be kind of addictive. If you find yourself striving for that new, fascinating dig site discovery, or just spending a little time building onto your park, naming your restaurants, and making sure that your guests are happy. That trait is what's helped this odd little subgenre thrive. According to How Long to Beat, it takes about 22 hours to finish the main story, even though there isn't much of a main story, and it's just hopping from island to island and discovering new things. This is the Jurassic World universe without the brilliant writing of Michael Crichton behind it. You can say I don't expect much out of the story here. As I stated earlier, the dinosaur AI is well done with the socializing aspects of some of the creatures, or lack of socializing in the case of the Indoraptor. The terrifying yet adorable raptor super hybrid gets sequestered away in my park because I know how much he likes to murder, and I'd rather him be far away from my other dinosaur children as possible. There could potentially be more behaviors patched in like they have been in the past, with Frontier being a responsive developer in terms of fan complaints. This of course brings to question as to why they haven't patched the behavior of the humans in this game. Let me explain. When you need to medicate a dinosaur, rather than sending out a normal doctor out there to help them, you send a bunch of guys with a jeep and a gun. Okay, stay with me here. They drive the gun up to the dinosaur, take aim, and once they shoot the dinosaur, it's medicated. Yes, in this new world of futuristic technology, the one fix-all to your problems is being shot by a gun. I understand why they did it like this, don't get me wrong, but it is still ridiculous and hilarious. With the simplicity of these actions, you must be wondering how they could mess it up. Well, I'll tell you how. The AI doesn't know how to drive and will get stuck on random corners, and they won't drive around other obstacles. This game has super high-tech dinosaur AI that they had a paleontologist consult on, and yet the people in the game don't know how to drive. Unbelievable. The best way to go about this half the time is to take the wheel yourself, but even then it's riddled with problems. The Jeep drives as if it's being weighed down by a Titanosaurus. It's difficult to make precise turns and avoid running into things. Not to mention, if the guests or workers could be damaged by a car, I'd have a body count in the thousands by now. While the car's turning is slow, its acceleration is fast, and whenever I leave the ranger station, I mow down goodness knows how many tourists to get to my destination. After getting into the enclosure, your dinosaurs can attack you if they feel threatened, which, considering you're aiming a gun at the poor things, is a very likely scenario. At least with you in control, the rangers won't continuously run into your dinosaurs while trying to refill the feeders, leading to the Jeep getting severely damaged. The situation ranges from comical to aggravating, and I find myself laughing from the surreal nature of it all. I'll say, controlling your own Jeep is fun, and it's exciting to have to go into the carnivore paddock, medicate your Certosaurus, then have to beeline it out of there before her girlfriend catches up to you and tries to eat you. What? Remember, all the dinosaurs in the original Jurassic Park were female when first created, so I'm going to assume just about every dinosaur in my park is female, with the exception of the Indoraptor being one of the very few confirmed male dinosaurs, until a breeding option becomes available. With all the chaos and confusion this game can cause, it's still a fun ride. If you like park simulators, or the Jurassic Park/World franchise, I'd highly recommend it, but only if it's on sale. Not because it's bad, but because without the DLC, if you're committed to this game, you're going to need that discount. Become John Hammond and build your dinosaur theme park franchise. Or, you know, destroy it by unleashing your dinosaurs on the unsuspecting public. I'm Red Angel, and I'll see you next time.